Hi, I'm Alex Newman, foreign correspondent with the New American, and today I want to talk to you about the World Government Summit. And if you don't follow the foreign news too closely, you're probably thinking, what is he talking about, a World Government Summit? That sounds like some conspiracy theory. Well, it's neither a conspiracy nor a theory. It is an actual summit organized by the Islamic regime in the United Arab Emirates. And it featured all of the world's prominent globalists, right? The head of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, was there, and he was lecturing everybody about how the world's problems can't be handled by nations anymore, right? There's alleged global warming, and there's mass migration, and so nations can't handle these problems anymore, according to Mr. Guterres, the former head of Socialist International. What we really need now is multilateral institutions, which is, code word for global governance institutions, and he said that's the wave of the future, and we need to fight for that. You had the head of the IMF, you had the head of the World Bank, you had prime ministers and presidents and kings and dictators and crony capitalists and all kinds of people at this summit. One of the ones that I thought was quite interesting was Mr. Elon Musk, right? The guy who's been getting a lot of our tax money in the United States to run his businesses. He's got the green companies, he makes the Teslas and other things. And he told the attendees that if they refused to merge with computers and become cyborgs, then they were going to become kind of irrelevant, right? Obsolete, maybe. And I don't know about you, but frankly, I don't want to merge with a computer. I'm just fine how I am, thank you. I don't want to be a cyborg. Just perfectly happy as a human. Thank you very much. But this is the kind of discussion that was going on there. And you might be thinking, well, why didn't I hear about this World Government Summit? That's a good question. Call up CNN and ask them. CNN was actually a sponsor of the World Government Summit. Literally, they were one of the sponsors, one of the partner organizations behind the World Government Summit, as was the United Nations and the IMF and the World Bank and all these globalist institutions. So was Sky News, by the way, which is owned by Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox News. Maybe you could call Fox and ask them why they didn't report on the World Government Summit. But there was a lot to report on at this summit. There's so many news stories. It would have been a field day for a legitimate journalist. One of the things that I thought was most interesting, they brought in a replica landmark for the summit. And it actually happened to be the arch of the Temple of Baal, believe it or not. And I'm not kidding. You can go look this all up yourself. This was reported in a number of media outlets and never denied. What they did, there was a Temple of Baal. For those of you who don't know, Baal is the false idol, the demon god in the Bible that demanded all kinds of crazy things, child sacrifice and other things. And the real God got very upset when people worshiped Baal and did other things. So these globalists at their World Government Summit erected a giant arch from the Temple of Baal in what is today Syria, in the area known as Palmyra. That's not what it's known as in the Bible, but that's where it comes from, and it's universally acknowledged that this temple was dedicated to Baal. And so the globalists decided to put up an arch from Baal's temple at the Global Government Summit. Weird stuff going on there. You also had lots of different speeches promoting different elements of globalism. You had people advocating for more social engineering, people advocating for more power for the United Nations, more power for all the globalist institutions. The agenda is really coming out in the open now. I think that's one of the most fascinating things. We don't have to speculate anymore. For a long time, if you told people, hey, there's a cabal, Donald Trump called it a cabal seeking a global government, is how he described it. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they would have said, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Nobody wants a world government, right? Who would want that? But nowadays, they're having world government summits, and they're bringing in arches from the Temple of Baal, and they're telling you that they want world governance. And if you read the news reports that did come out about this summit, you notice that one of the most popular guys there seemed to be Xi Jinping, the murderous communist Chinese dictator. Right? Just not too long before the World Government Summit, he spoke at the World Economic Forum in Davos, a gathering of the self-styled elite, the wannabe elite, if you will. This was not too long after Donald Trump's election, and so Xi Jinping talked about we need to defend globalism, we need to defend the progress we've made on globalism, and we can't retreat, right? That would be a bad idea. So Xi Jinping is very popular with the globalists right now. He was very popular at the World Government Summit, and for people who love freedom, that is really, really bad news, right? If you love freedom, you probably don't want anything to do with a World Government Summit where the Chinese dictator is the most popular guy. So check out the articles we've done on this. It's a huge subject. I encourage you to share it with people. Very few people in America even heard about the World Government Summit. So do what you can to spread the word, and let's expose these people, right? these people, I don't think, can stand the bright light of public scrutiny. That's why CNN and Fox News and these others are not reporting this. So let's do our best to get the word out and bypass the fake media. Check out the information below, and thanks for listening.